Let's be real. Most style advice for men over 50 feels like a slow retreat. Tone it down. Dress your age. Don't stand out. But Daniel Craig? He didn't get the memo. He's not dressing young. He's dressing like a man who knows exactly who he is. And at 55, he looks sharper than most men half his age. His style isn't loud. It's not complicated. It's made up of deliberate choices. Clean lines, solid colours, clothes that fit like they were built for him. And every outfit says the same thing: I'm in control. But here's the good news. You don't need Hollywood money or Bond-level tailoring to pull this off. Craig's style works because it's simple. A fitted polo, a rugged boot, a navy suit that moves like a second skin. And once you understand the formula, you can wear it anywhere, from the office to dinner to an off-duty weekend. In this video, I'll break down exactly how to dress like Daniel Craig, step by step. We'll look at the way he builds his wardrobe, how he keeps it minimal but strong, and why it works so well for men over 50. And every item I mention is linked in the description below, so you can take this from inspiration to reality. Let's get into the uniform, the clean, sharp foundation of Craig's style. Chapter 1. The Craig Uniform, Sharp Casual Basics. Daniel Craig's off-duty style doesn't scream for attention, and that's exactly why it works. He's the guy who walks into a room wearing a plain t-shirt and jeans, yet somehow still looks more put together than everyone in a blazer. It all comes down to fit, fabric, and restraint. No logos, no patterns, no gimmicks, just high-quality basics worn with total confidence. His go-to combo? A perfectly fitted tee and a pair of dark or mid-wash jeans with structure. It's casual but calculated. And when you're over 50, that calculation matters. See, most guys fall into two traps at this stage. Either they start dressing way too young, graphic tees, sagging jeans, trends that don't flatter them, or they go the other direction, baggy, shapeless, comfortable pieces that age them even more. Craig avoids both. His casual looks are lean, masculine, and built to move. They highlight his shoulders and arms without clinging to his body. His jeans are tapered, not skinny. His tees have weight to them. Everything feels intentional. If you want to build this kind of look into your own wardrobe, start with two key pieces. First, the Buck Mason Pima curved hem tee. It's cut to follow the shape of your body without squeezing it. The fabric has weight, it drapes well, and it won't fade after 2 washes. This isn't your basic $10 t-shirt. It's a foundational piece that instantly upgrades your casual game. Second, the Todd Snyder Japanese Selvage Slim Fit jean. These are tailored, structured, and made with denim that holds its shape all day. The dark rinse gives you polish, while the selvage edge adds just enough rugged character. Together, these two pieces form the base of Craig's uniform. You can layer a bomber jacket over it, add suede boots or crisp sneakers. It all works because the foundation is strong. That's the secret. Craig doesn't need to over-accessorize or color match obsessively. He builds simple, structured outfits and lets the confidence do the rest. Up next, we'll look at the other side of his style. Tailoring that doesn't age you, but sharpens you. Chapter 2. The Tailored Edge, Suits that don't age you. When most guys over 50 put on a suit, they either look like they're headed to a job interview or a funeral. But Daniel Craig, he wears a suit like it's part of him, not a costume, not a throwback, just a natural extension of the way he carries himself. What sets Craig apart isn't just that he wears suits, it's how he wears them. There's no excess, no trendy oversized lapels, no exaggerated cuts. His tailoring is clean, close to the body, and highly functional. You'll never catch him in something boxy or stiff. Instead, his suits move with him. They sharpen his frame, define his shoulders, and taper clean through the leg. This is where a lot of older men go wrong. They either cling to the wide suits of the 90s or try to squeeze into today's ultra-skinny cuts. But Craig's approach lands perfectly in the middle. Modern, but timeless. If you're aiming to replicate that look, it starts with quality and fit. The Tom Ford Shelton Super 120's wool suit is a powerhouse. It's tailored to accentuate the masculine form without overdoing it. The shoulders are strong but natural. The trousers hit just above the shoe, no messy breaks. It's the kind of suit that makes you feel taller, leaner, and more in control the second you put it on. Now finish that look with the right footwear. Craig doesn't mess around when it comes to dress shoes, and neither should you. The Allen Edmonds Park Avenue Cap-Toe Oxford is a staple for a reason. It's clean, refined, no unnecessary flair, just excellent construction and timeless polish. What matters most in a Craig-style suit isn't flash, it's discipline. The tailoring, the shoes, the posture, it all works because it's not trying to impress anyone. It's built to fit you, not to chase trends. And when a suit fits like that, it doesn't matter if you're walking into a boardroom or ordering coffee. You'll look sharp, collected, and ready for whatever the day throws at you. Now let's take things down a notch and look at how Craig keeps that same energy, even in rugged off-duty clothes. Chapter 3. Off-duty confidence. Rugged, not sloppy. Daniel Craig off the red carpet is just as dialed in as Daniel Craig on it, but instead of suits and polished shoes, he leans into a rugged, masculine off-duty look, without ever crossing into sloppy or careless. And that's where most guys get it wrong. They think casual means throwing on whatever's clean. Old jeans, oversized hoodies, worn-out sneakers. But Craig understands that even a laid-back outfit can and should project control. His off-duty looks follow a very specific formula: fitted denim, structured boots, classic outerwear, neutral layers. It's a uniform just as precise as a tuxedo, but built for weekends, travel, or anywhere comfort matters. Start with denim. Forget baggy or stretchy jeans that pull around the ankles. Craig always goes for a medium to dark wash with a slim leg and a slight taper. Not tight, not trendy, just sharp enough to show you still care. The Todd Snyder Slim Japanese Selvage Stretch jean hits the mark perfectly. They have the structure of raw denim, but enough give to move with you. That mid-indigo wash makes them endlessly versatile. Dress them up with a jacket or down with a tee. Now pair that with boots that bring presence. The kind of boots you can walk a city in or step into a bar and still look the part. The Red Wing 8847. Classic mock leather boots are iconic. They're sturdy, masculine, and they only get better with wear. Craig wears this kind of boot often because it elevates even the simplest look. It adds weight, substance, confidence. This is a guy who can wear a plain tee and jeans and still look like the lead in every room. And it's not because he overdresses, it's because he never underdresses. If you're over 50, leaning into this kind of rugged, structured casual wear sends a message. You're not dressing for comfort, you're dressing with purpose. That's what Craig gets right. And now that we've covered sharp and casual, let's talk colour. Because what Craig doesn't wear is just as important as what he does. Let's get into the power of monochrome. Chapter 4. The monochrome move, how he uses colour. One of the most underrated parts of Daniel Craig's style. He rarely wears colour, and yet he never looks boring. That's because he understands the power of monochrome. Not in the fashion week, head-to-toe black turtleneck kind of way, but in a way that feels clean, masculine, and completely effortless. Craig sticks to a simple palette: greys, blacks, navy, white. He knows that the fewer colours you use, the more important fit, fabric, and layering become. And at 50 plus, This is where your wardrobe should live. Not in flashy prints or trend-chasing shades, but in intentional simplicity. What makes monochrome work is depth. You don't want all one tone. You want layers of the same family, light greys with charcoal, navy with midnight, black with texture. A great example? Start with the Loro Piana Girocolo cashmere sweater. It's lightweight, incredibly soft, and sits just close enough to the body without clinging. This is Craig's style in a nutshell, understated luxury that doesn't need to announce itself. Then ground it with the right footwear. The Zegna triple stitch deerskin leather sneakers are built for movement, but styled for polish. They're minimal but elevated, exactly what a monochrome look needs to stay sharp. Both pieces are linked in the description so you can add them straight into your rotation. Wear them together or layer them into other neutral looks. Monochrome dressing might sound basic, but it's actually one of the easiest ways to look confident and well-dressed at any age. There's nothing extra, no distractions, just clean silhouettes and sharp intention. And when you get that right, people notice, without knowing exactly why. That's Daniel Craig's magic. Let's finish strong with the one area most guys overlook, accessories. Because when Craig adds the finishing touches, they're never flashy, but they're never forgotten. Chapter 5. Accessories with purpose. Not flash. Most men either ignore accessories or go overboard with them. But Daniel Craig? He wears accessories like they're tools, not decoration. Everything he adds to an outfit has a reason for being there. And the best part? He never overdoes it. There's no overstuffed wrist full of bracelets. No massive watch trying to compensate for something. No designer belt screaming for attention. Instead, Craig opts for accessories that are sharp, functional, and quietly powerful. Let's start with the most important one, sunglasses. Craig's choice of frames always fits his face shape, and more importantly, his persona. They're masculine, minimal, and timeless. No flashy logos, no odd tints, just strong, well-made frames that do their job and do it well. A pair like the Ray-Ban Bainbridge Aviators fits this perfectly. The shape is classic, the lines are clean, and they pair with everything, from suits to casual wear to full off-duty travel looks. They're not trying to start a trend, they're just finishing the look with precision. Next, the belt. This is where a lot of guys, especially over 50, slip into dad mode. Oversized, cracked leather, square buckles from 2005. But Craig, he keeps it tight, minimal, and intentional. A woven leather belt, like the one from Anderson's, brings just enough texture without drawing attention. It's sleek, elevated, and flexible enough to work with trousers or dark denim. And because it's woven, it adapts to your waistline over time, something every man over 50 can appreciate without needing to say it out loud. Now, let's talk wristwear. Yes, Daniel Craig is known for his Omega watches, but it's not about the price tag. It's about the presence. He wears watches that are built like tools. Strong, masculine, useful. A rugged dive watch or a slim military-style timepiece is more than enough to channel his vibe without going full 007. And while Craig's accessories are subtle, they're also intentional. He's rarely seen with clutter. Just one or two strong pieces that speak for themselves. Even his bags. Leather, simple, structured. Gloves in winter, always leather. Outerwear, always paired carefully. The key takeaway is this: don't accessorize to impress. Accessorize to reinforce. Everything should support the energy of the outfit, not compete with it. Craig uses accessories the same way he wears clothes, with discipline. Everything adds weight, clarity, and confidence. So if you're refining your look after 50, resist the urge to throw everything on. Find a few high-quality pieces that feel like you and let them become part of your daily rotation. It's not about standing out, it's about looking like every detail has a purpose. And no one does that better than Daniel Craig. Now let's close this out by talking about the one thing that ties it all together, the fit, because none of this works without it. Chapter 6. The Fitness Fit Formula. Why it all works. You can buy every item Daniel Craig wears, copy every colour palette, and memorize every accessory. But if the fit is off, none of it will work. That's the real secret behind Craig's style. Not just what he wears, but how everything fits his body like it was made for him. Not too tight, not oversized, just enough room to move and enough structure to hold shape. At 50 plus, fit matters more than ever because the wrong silhouette can age you instantly, make you look sloppier, smaller, or heavier than you really are. But the right one, it builds shape, sharpens your lines, and makes you look stronger, even without hitting the gym. Craig's clothing always does one of two things: show off a well-maintained frame or create the illusion of one. Look at how he wears a crew neck sweatshirt. It doesn't hang like a sack. It frames his shoulders, trims in at the waist, and stacks just right at the sleeves. Not accidental, deliberate. A great example of that kind of piece is the Fear of God Eternal Crew sweatshirt. It's cut with structure in the arms and torso, giving a masculine silhouette without trying to hug the body. It's relaxed but powerful. You could wear it to run errands or out to dinner. It works in both settings because the fit does the heavy lifting. Now pair that with the Uniqlo Ultra Stretch Slim Fit jeans. They're built for movement, especially important if you're not into rigid denim, but they're not jeggings. They taper just enough to clean up your outline without ever looking like you're chasing trends. That balance is the goal. Craig never wears anything to hide his body or to force it into a mold. He lets fit do the talking and everything else follows. Even in casual outfits, you'll notice the same principles. Nothing oversized, nothing shapeless. Whether it's a t-shirt, a suit, or a pair of joggers, it all fits like it was tailored with intention. And that's why Craig's style works for men over 50. It's not youthful, it's not old, it's ageless because it's built on proportion, control, and self-respect. So before you reach for something new, check the mirror. Is the fit working for you or against you? Because once you dial that in, everything else, color, texture, layering, starts to fall into place naturally. Craig doesn't have a look, he has a standard, and that's what you're building, piece by piece. You don't need to be James Bond to dress like Daniel Craig. You don't need a stylist, a six-pack, or a red carpet. What you need is a clear standard, a commitment to showing up well every day without overthinking it. That's what makes Craig's style so powerful. It's not loud, it's not complicated, it's consistent, confident, and clean. And most importantly, it's built for men who know who they are. Everything we covered in this video, his sharp casual uniform, his no-nonsense tailoring, the clean use of color, rugged off-duty looks, and functional accessories, it all leads to one message. You don't outgrow style, you refine it. And if you're ready to do that, you've already started. Every item I mentioned in this video is linked in the description below, so you can build your own Craig-inspired wardrobe, one piece at a time. You don't need to reinvent yourself, you just need to show up with intention every time you get dressed. And if this video helped, make sure you subscribe, because I've got more style content on the way designed specifically for men who are done guessing and ready to look the part. Watch the next video, it's already waiting for you. And remember, style doesn't fade with age, it sharpens, just like you.